Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Live and in person here from Epic, New Hampshire, home of 3 of New Hampshire's governors, politicking with Mr. B. I may be going a little bit fast, ladies and gentlemen. I want to get straight out to Mr. Blazeman. Run up the colors. We've got some breaking news. We've got to get to these people. But before all else, we have to acknowledge our dedication to our nation. If you've got that available for us, I'd love you to run up the colors, and off we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And when I say all, I mean not only the people who were born here, raised here, but the people who have come here properly, follow the rules, follow the laws, come through the gates into the arms of the bounty and the promise and the dream of what America is and provides. And if there are those who are illegal, I ask you, for God's sake, go back out and come and right and be fair. Because we like to see fair treatment for everyone, all people, because we are one nation under God, indivisible. All of this having been said, ladies and gentlemen, I know we had said that we were going to be going on spending this evening on politics in the diamond industry. We are going to set this aside now because we have some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Before I go any further, I am going to preface these comments that the content that we are going to bring forth to you is not for young viewers. We have received some video, and it is profoundly disturbing. It is for only the people who are 18 or older who have the Constitution to view such things. It is of Hamas, the Hamas attack on October 7th. A video provided by our international intelligence operatives details vivid images of Hamas attackers attacking kidnapping young ones. People that was just released footage from female hostages being kidnapped by Hamas terrorists on the morning of October the 7th. In the video are Israeli Liri Albag, 18, Karina Ariev, 19, Agam Berger, age 19, Daniela Gilboa, age 19, and Nama Levy, age 19. Mr. Blazeman, do we have that? Do we have that video lined up and ready? Again, I will tell you that.
Okay, B. I just got back to my chair. I heard a little bit in my headset of what you were saying.
Yep.
I didn't have time, B. I don't know how graphic this video is. Okay, I only got into a few minutes, so people, be aware. Okay, that the video is it could be graphic. I don't know. Okay, so with that being said,
it is the editorial policy of this broadcast to bring people the truth and to not be weeding things out and glossing things over. If you've got a weak stomach, don't watch. Let's see what we've got. I trust in the information that we provide, and we know that it is true, correct, and genuine.
Okay, B, here we go, buddy. Now, you explain to your viewers that this is 5 young women right now. This was October 7th. This video is just coming out now of 5 young women. The highest age is 19. Okay, the lowest age is 18. There's one 18 and 4 19-year-olds, right?
That's correct. Very young, right. Very young women.
Very young women.
All of them is Israeli nationals. I believe.
And I'm sorry to say, B, but these men are pigs. Okay, B, clearly they've been already punished.
You can see that they've been assaulted. Their arms are somehow or another bound behind their backs. The looks on them, they are clearly not in good, perfect, unharmed health here. I do not know the names of each individual person. I can't tell you who is what. All we have are the names of the people that appear in it. I don't know which one is which person. However, for the longest time, the news media has been, if you will, pussyfooting about what's going on over and glossing over sorts of things, not wanting to share things because they're too sensitive. This right here, if people had seen these things, these images, so long ago when they should have been published, I firmly believe that we never would be seeing what we're seeing happening on our college campuses now. Mr. Blaze, can we go ahead and run this video back through again, please?
Say again, sir.
Can we go ahead and start this video again?
Okay, I'm letting it run right out, buddy.
Let it go.
Someone speak English.
Okay. This, watch this station, please. Sit down. ولك اخواتنا ماتوا من وراك وانا لم اخطئكم كلكم.
That's what you mean?
What?
I don't know what.
Again.
Who you want to call? What?
Number again. Gonna call my friend who's Gaza. Why?
I swear. What?
Where from?
What?
Where from?
No. Tell me.
لك الحمد يا رب نصرنا.
والله معانا إذا رجعنا إن شاء الله.
هاي السبايك هاي الهمل. لا طلع ايوه طلع. بعرفش.
هذا ولا حاجة للسالة.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know exactly what the face of Hamas is in the attacks and the havoc and the mayhem and the murder that these people pervade before the world. These terrorists, these horrific, lower, if you pardon my language, lower than whale shit beings that have gone through, they kidnap, they beat, they rape, they murder, commit mayhem, maim human beings without regret, all in the name of some twisted, warped ideology. Did you see the bloodied faces of these young girls, 18 and 19 years old? 18 and 19 years old, their faces bloodied, beaten, arms tied behind them, frightened, confused, in pain, threatened. This is the face of Hamas. This is what is being fought against by Israelis. This is something that could very easily happen here in our nation if these people persist. I'm going to ask my engineer to go ahead and wind this back. I want to show this again. It needs to be seen. The world needs to know. We need to get this information out. And again, I will caution that for those who may be tuning in, did not see this yet. This is images that has very sensitive material. It was provided to us by some of our international intelligence operatives that we deal with to get the information so we can get it and bring it out to you. This is the face of Hamas. Please go ahead. Watch the video. Look at the blood.
Someone speak English.
Please, what? Station, please. Sit down.
ولك اخواتنا ماتوا من وراك وانا لم اخذكم كلكم.
That's what you mean?
What? Subhuman animals.
What?
Again.
Treat humanity.
Again.
Who you want to call? What?
Number again.
My friend who's Gaza. Why?
B, if I may, why is it this young woman is the only one who is not bleeding?
I don't know. I wasn't there. Perhaps
I am
may be someone of Palestinian descent who happened to be with these people. I don't know.
Right, could
For
be.
whatever reason.
I swear. What? What?
Where from?
No. Tel Aviv.
يا رب لك الحمد يا رب نصرنا.
And look at all of these Hamas operatives.
هاي السماء
None of them are
هاي
starving.
الهمل.
None of them are half naked. None of them are suffering.
لا طلع ايوه طلع.
This getaway.
بعرفش.
This getaway being.
Gunshots that you're hearing in the background, that's not fireworks. Those are gunshots.
Oh yeah,
They're not
definitely.
randomly fucking guns in the air. Those shots ring out like that because they're using those guns against them. This is what happened on October 7th. Is there any question in your mind? Why Israel to do? Is there any question in your mind left now that Israel?
I mean, we're
needs
just
to do
trying to politicking with Mr. B, just trying to reach these college kids that we feel deeply that you don't understand.
Oh no, not just college children. There are adults. There are people that are of advanced years, all that believe that they shouldn't be doing these things. The Israelis are doing too much, or they're warmongers, or they're war criminals, or whatever else. No, they have not seen this. It is time. It is time for the world to know. When all of this was happening, there were people who were likening this to our September the 11th on a proportional scale, considering how many people there are in the United States versus how many people there are in Israel. What, 9 million something or other people in Israel? And they murdered how many? Not just the amount of people that were kidnapped or injured, the ones that were murdered, plus the ones that were injured, and the ones that were kidnapped, and the ones that have fallen because of bombs and rockets and other idiotic things at the hands of this Hamas terrorist organization. Is there any question now in your mind that Israel is doing anything other than what needs to be done? I have to say, absolutely not. When I look and see the shocked look and the pain and the suffering, the blood on the faces of those I'm sorry, children, 18 and 19-year-old children. And we're seeing people that were there that they were keeping as hostages. We didn't see the bodies. We didn't see the people that were disemboweled laying in the middle of the street. We didn't see the people who were burned and tortured and dismembered. Lord help them all. We have a telephone number 508-974-4231. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that it would be reasonable and prudent if you're out there and you have something to say or something on your mind, call the number and let us discuss this with you. 508-974-4231. And again, I do want to reach out. I'm not going to name any names because we need to protect our sources. But we want to reach out and offer my genuine thanks to our international operatives, international intelligence operatives that have been so instrumental in bringing this information to us. I myself, I'm going to be very honest with you. I was unaware that we had anything at all like this during the daytime. The information came to us very, very quickly, and we did everything we could. We had striven to bring as much to you as we possibly can. If more information like this comes forward, are we going to bring it to you? You bet. And there may be other people who turn around and say how horrible we are for having shown such images. Bullshit. I'm going to call it out right here, right now. Bullshit. The time for pussyfooting around this issue is over. If this hadn't been pussyfooted around, there would have been a lot less of what's going on in the college campuses and the streets and over the bridges in New York and all over our nation, because America would have been properly advised and informed of what is going on. When I see the look on these women's faces, the blood all over their clothing, dripping down from their face, their mouth, the stunned, incredulous images on their faces. It's astounding. It's something that just I have no words to compare to describe. Mr. Blazeman, I'm going to ask you. I know I'm doing this, but I'm going to ask you. Can we please see these images one more time? I want the world to know. That's this.
Okay, B, give me a sec.
The world must know.
How come I lost sound with you, B?
I-
Yeah, just
Sorry.
there you are.
I was just waiting to know what was coming in. Yeah. I can only imagine what people are now running around scrambling, saying, "Hey, why don't we have these images? Why don't we have this? Why?" They probably do, and they've been sitting on it. It's about time that America sees and knows, and the world sees and knows exactly what this Hamas is all about. And I'll be the first one to say this is nothing compared to all of the other atrocities these people have committed. They have the ICC saying they want to bring out charges of war crimes. Maybe it's time that the ICC got a dose of this and figured it out. Are we able to retrieve that and get that back up on the queue, Mr. Blazeman? No, all right. I believe we've got some difficulties going on at the moment. All right. Well, in a little bit, we're going to be going into a break. We're going to take a break and pay some bills and scratch our heads, see what's coming up. When we come back, I will very most likely be giving an abridged, if you will, portion of the presentation for this evening, having to do with the politics that goes on in the diamond industry of all things. Many of you may remember or may know that before my earlier portion of life, I had spent predominantly the last 40 years in the jewelry industry, and I have met a great many of people over the times and have known a great many things. And I also think that it is about time that, ladies and gentlemen, that the world know about some of the things, how things are that go on. I mean, we saw things. How many of you remember seeing things about blood diamonds? Well, we're going to be talking about that and a few other things as well. Mr. Blazeman, are you here with us or? No, all right. Well, we're going to continue on. Yeah, I'm going to read you a little bit. I've got something here I want to show you. Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but this is a diamond, ladies and gentlemen. For thousands of years, the beauty of the stone has mesmerized man and woman alike. They are the symbol of strength and ultimate power, forever being known as the hardest natural substance known to man. It can be cut, it can be broken, but otherwise indestructible. It can be crushed, powdered, or whatever else, but a diamond is always a diamond. And this particular item that I happen to have here is a little over 1.5 carat antique, what they call traditional cut, just before the cutting of the modern round brilliant. The faceting, the little flat surfaces that are all the way around it, give a reflection and light. Scintillation is a little bit different with a modern round brilliant. There's a fellow by the name of Tolkowski who had figured out, he knew the properties of what diamond was, that the material in and itself, all carbon, so tightly compressed, so dense, that light, when properly polished, would not go through it, but go in and bounce around and come back out another. And that sparked years of research and mathematical computations to bring us to what we know now as the modern round brilliant that we have. All right, we are going to go ahead and take a break, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take and water down my tonsils a little bit, and we will be back, and we'll get into things as quickly as we can. I am Mr. B. This is Politicking with Mr. B. I want to thank you very much for joining in for our break. And when we come back, we will break into the politics of things having to do with diamonds. I'm Mr. B. I'll see you in a few minutes, about 3.5 minutes.
My name is Steven, your Public Relations Officer at FFN Media Network. We believe that every story deserves to be heard. Every voice deserves to be amplified, and every idea deserves to shine. As a small media company, we are committed to creating a platform where content creators, visionaries, and changemakers like you can thrive. You might say to yourself, why do we need FFN Network? Well, let me tell you what we can do for you. 1. Our mission is simple: empower, elevate, and engage. We are not just another media outlet. 2. Our producers will help you build your show, add content, and put you on 15 different platforms. 3. We help you promote your show. Whether it is through captivating articles, thought-provoking videos, or inspiring podcasts, we are here to help you make a difference. What sets us apart? At FFN Media Network, we embrace hard work. Our team of talented producers and creators come from all social classes, ensuring that our content reflects a rich tapestry of experiences, cultures, and viewpoints. Join the FFN team. Join FFN Media Network and be part of a community that celebrates creativity, authenticity, and positive impact. Let us amplify your voice and share your story on FFN Network and with the world. Get to know our founder, Blaise St. Pierre, the new guy in the media industry. So if you have a great idea for a show or a business and want to place an ad on FFN Network, give us a call at 774-704-5145 or email us at ffnnetwork9@gmail.com and join the FFN Network family. Thank you. FFN Network.
Well, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Politicking with Mr. B. And I want to reach out and thank a very dear friend of mine, Sid Bees, who loaned me for the purpose of this show this evening, this wonderful, delightful 1.5 carat antique cut diamond. And we will be returning to him because I ain't paid for it. Sydney, thank you very, very much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people may remember that they had a very popular thing back in the early 2000s and in the latter part of the 20th century. There was news that was coming out of Sierra Leone about blood diamonds and what was going on, the way people were being enslaved and so forth for the production of diamonds, and the money was going to finance warlords and so forth. Well, we've got a little bit of information or something in order to combat that. The diamond industry in the world, working in conjunction with the United Nations, came up with something called the Kimberley process. The Kimberley process. And what that was something they said, the diamond industry say, enough. We're not going to tolerate this. We're not going to let our work and our industry go ahead and finance warlords, rapes, murders, mayhem, and so forth, and whatever else. There were at the time the lion's share of diamond production in the world was coming out of South Africa. Also, there were diamond mines in Russia, but at that time, all of that was bottlenecked. The political things that were going on there. So what they did was they came up with something called the Kimberley process, in which a great number of nations and different directions within the industry all came together, and they said, we're going to create a vehicle, an avenue by which we will, if you will, police ourselves and the industry to make certain that conflict diamonds are no longer being processed and marketed around the world, and then stemming the flow of money from the warlords and bringing it back to the free enterprise world. The Kimberley process, if you want to know what it is, the history of it, the Kimberley process started back when South African diamond producing states met in Kimberley, South Africa, in May of 2000 to discuss ways to stop the trade in conflict diamonds and ensure that diamond purchases were not financing violence by rebel movements and their allies seeking to determine legitimate governments. This information comes from the Kimberley process website itself. In 2000, Kimberley process began in May 2000 in Kimberley, South Africa. The item was included in the agenda of the 55th section of the United Nations General Assembly. Diamond producers, Brucey states, concerned with damaging social effects of the trade in conflict diamonds, set out to agree a framework of reducing these influences. They became united to make a difference with so many of today's challenges impacting humanity of the global scale. The Kimberley process itself maintains stringent focus, and believe me, working in the industry, I know of the focus is indeed there, and it is nothing to sneeze at. The Kimberley process, commitment to remove conflict diamonds from the global supply chain. Today's participants actively prevent 99.8% of the worldwide trade. They keep 99.8% of conflict diamonds out of worldwide trade. Basically, they've shut it down. United in eradicating conflict diamonds, the industry of the Kimberley process defines conflict diamonds as rough diamonds used to finance wars against governments around the world. We've got some video I want to take and show you. Things now in the more updated nation. There are other things that have been happening and taking place, not the least of which has been the advent of the now gross manufacture of synthetic diamonds. And it has changed the face greatly of the diamond polishing and cutting industry in the United States. We have a video. If we could bring that up, Mr. Blaisman, I believe that's ready. We can go ahead and start this up.
This is huge.
Okay, this diamond per carat can cost about $8,000. A new guy who's coming in right now cannot make a living. And Swedish people, a matter of fact, buses from Williamsburg from Borough Park every 20 minutes from 7:30. Now, only one bus going home 6 o'clock. So you can imagine how the industry is
shrunk.
Hello, my name is Frida Wiesel, and on this channel, I explore the fascinating story of Hasidic Jews in New York. For today's video, we are leaving Brooklyn, crossing a visit to Manhattan's Diamond District. We're going to meet Mr. Stasel, who is a skilled diamond cutter. I hope to explore firsthand some of the story of the rise and fall of the diamond industry, which has played a key role in the past of the Hasidic economy. If you haven't yet, check out some of my other videos where I take you through some aspects of this economic story, the local mom and pop shop economy, the local yellow pages, and today, finally, I'll expand more on one part of the outside economic opportunities. I am visiting the Diamond District on a hot summer Sunday when the closest subway running to my destination is the one that stops at Times Square, 42nd Street.
We're in Times Square, baby. Place is very, very intense.
Like many New York locals, I am rarely here in this intense part of town with its many oversized screens, throngs of tourists, smoke from all the food carts, the intense smells of shish kebabs, hot dogs with tourists, which is how he sees me walking around his local neighborhood in Hasidic Williamsburg, because I'm a tour guide and I often walk around showing tourists around. The security in the building is something else. We can go through one door while the other is still open, and there are bells at every station to ring the alarm if need be. As soon as he sees the camera, like many Hasidim, he gets much more guarded, but he tells me he is graciously gonna go along with it because he is a lifelong and childhood friend of my father's.
This is the cutting and this is the polish. This turn 2,600 times 1 minute. This you have to smear with diamond powder. You see the powder?
Why is there so little?
Because you take diamonds and you smash it
That's
with a
what
hammer, become dust. Then become dust, you smear with glue or with oil.
This is made of diamonds.
This is diamond powder.
Wow.
This is the oil. You will put a drop of diamond from the powder on the wheel with the oil, and then you rub it in with your fingers strong.
You can touch this while it's spinning?
Yes, I cannot touch here because it's sharp. But over here when it's spinning it's like matte. Touch it you. Don't worry. I say touch it, don't worry.
It's a little scary.
Over here, not here, over here.
It gives off a cool...
Cool nothing, it's okay. And then you see the diamond? In this dot you have a diamond, you see it?
Yeah. Is it a square diamond?
It's square diamond, and I go like this and I cut. You see? You see the facet?
What do you mean by a facet?
I cut a facet.
I see. It's a line.
It's a nice polished facet. Now, when I cut, like you cut bread or you cut wood as lines.
Yeah.
You want to take out the lines to be polished and make like this.
For those of you at home, a facet is one of the little flat surfaces on the diamond itself. A facet is the little, which means the word meaning face, is one of the little flat surfaces that's on the diamond itself. You can go ahead. Hello?
Kind of angle to cut. Why? To be shine. Now 1 second. See? I look if it's enough.
You want to advertise your
everything
business?
because your father is my friend.
You hear that?
We're going together in one class.
Can I ask how much this diamond is going to sell for?
This is in business. I'm a worker, a cutter, a polisher. But in the business, how much is it? I cannot tell you exact.
So what you
Only about.
Mr. Stasel explains to me what his work is. He is one cog in a long line of workers that make up the diamond industry machine. There are importers, there are companies that develop the diamond and have them refined by people like Mr. Stasel and then sell the diamonds on to various distributors like the storefronts that we saw downstairs.
Who taught you how to do this?
I paid for a teacher to teach me how to cut.
How long does it take until you...
Learning has to learn about 3-4 months, but the experience has to be at least 2 years.
Before you can really start cutting?
Yeah. Now, I want to show you a different kind of a cut. See, this is an emerald cut.
Wow, this is huge.
Mr. Stasel's work is the work of a skilled craftsman. It involves hours and hours of working with diamonds to shape them to perfection, what seems to be really meditative work. The two most important tools of his trade are the cutting wheel, which spins really quickly, and the clamps that hold the diamond in place while it's being grinded against the cutting wheel.
Okay, this diamond per carat can cost about $8,000, $8,000 per carat.
So if I run out with this right now, what happens?
The police is right over here.
Yeah?
Because I have a button.
You have a button?
Yes.
Where's the button? You're making it up. Oh, really?
I'm making it up, okay. You want to try? Now I want to show you something, okay? Come.
When the stone is done being cut and polished, it is boiled and then it is evaluated by a special computer software.
This is the microscope for the machine. So bring the rose to the machine and it shows if the angles is the right angle and the cure in the center and how much you weigh. And if you fix something where you have to fix it.
Mr. Stasel doesn't sell the finished diamond like this square one that he just cut that is some 2.5 carats and valued at this time at about $25,000 roughly. Instead, he returns it to the company that hired him to refine it.
There's like an independent body that gives their stamp on the value of the stone?
It's a GIA, this is a special place, office, and then a certificate, and then you sell the stone.
How long has this, for instance, technology been part of the diamond schleifing?
The last maybe 20 years.
Are you finding?
Till then, you look with the eyes.
Everything with eyes.
Mr. Stasel has been doing this for years, maybe 30, 35 years, since he says he got married. It's a skill he developed and values. When he began this work many years ago, the industry was booming. Nowadays, young Hasidim no longer go into this line because you simply can't live off of it.
A new guy who's coming in right now cannot make a living.
Today, he says, very different industries have become the dominant source of income for Hasidic Jews. He says it without dwelling on the former golden age, without any appreciation that he gets to spend so many hours doing what he loves.
You love it?
I love it. I can work 24 hours. I was a boy. I see people, a cutter, a presser, everything. I see the diamond polishing people, most relaxing people.
Yeah?
Yes. You work like a boss.
I see.
That's the most thing why the people was like diamonds. Not because money. Money you can make other places maybe more. But the style of how you live and not to be like a slave. Don't be my boss. Don't tell me to come in. Don't tell me to go out. They give me the stones. I make it. I give them back. Now the true, it's a new kind of stones, lab-ground diamonds.
Lab-grown diamonds.
Yes. Over here downstairs, you go out, you will see in the store a sign, lab-ground diamonds.
Mr. Stasel isn't sure what caused the collapse of the diamond industry, but he has some theories. He speaks particularly about lab-grown diamonds. He is a big fan of lab-grown diamonds, which have driven down the cost of diamonds, have made them more accessible to more people. He sees the collapse of his trade as part of the cycle of changing economic landscapes. But the diamond industry remains.
When I started with about 35 years, I don't know exact the year when I started after my wedding, was over here, an industry was working here about, if I will say, 200-300 people, for sure.
In this building?
Not in the industry, in the diamond industry, maybe 500, maybe more. But the Second World War was at 2000. Hasidic people, as a matter of fact, was buses from Williamsburg, from Borough Park, from Williamsburg every 20 minutes from 7:30 to Manhattan. In a home, from 5 o'clock every 20 minutes till 8 o'clock. Now, only one bus going home 6 o'clock. So you can imagine how the industry is.
Go ahead and hold this video.
Was about maybe 4, 5, 6 teachers for sure who learned the diamond industry.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. They went from a post-World War II era time of over 2,000 diamond cutters in the New York area to into the 50s and 60s times of maybe 500, maybe 600 people working in the New York Diamond District, taking rough gems, rough diamond material, and polishing it and turning it into fine gemstones. When things started growing around the world, and then with the advent of synthetic diamonds growing in, the bottom of the diamond market is now falling out, and it's causing it has caused a collapse of diamond prices literally worldwide. However, people have quickly begun to get it in their head that manufactured diamonds are still not as plentiful, or I'm sorry, is not as valuable as natural diamonds mined from the earth, and the price of the manufactured diamonds now are going down. So basically the industry is starting to implode in on itself. Will we see a resurgence in the United States of the diamond manufacturing industry? I don't know. This is not something that you can just turn around and turn a switch on, open a door, and say, "Okay, I'm a diamond cutter." You heard the fellow take. There is an apprenticeship that lasts for over 2 years, learning how to do this particular trade. And in my industry of 40 years experience with these people, I can count on my hand and have maybe a couple fingers left over the amount of diamond cutters that I personally know that were worth their weight in gold, so to speak. All right. That's what we've been going on for a lot of it, ladies and gentlemen. I certainly hope that we've been able to bring you about as much information as is pleasurable to you. I do apologize we don't have the full effect of everything that was going to be presented this evening. However, we did have far more important fish to fry, so to speak, in bringing you the information that we did on the October the 7th attacks with the Hamas, what they had done to those people, and for that I shall forever be thankful to the people who brought us that video. And I want to say, if someone says that we were horrific in having aired it, so much the better. At least the world got to see it. That having been said, we've got the I-12 GIA group coming up, and they've got, I'm sure, a lot of information and a lot of some commentary to come in. I'm sure they're going to be taking and be able to throw in some more information to help you dissect what we were watching, get a good view of it. So stay tuned. I'm Mr. B. We have had politicking with Mr. B here. I want to thank you very much for watching. If you like this, share it, spread it around. And by the way, I do want to do something that we unfortunately had to skip over before. I want to give a big shout out to a loyal viewer, Donna Jean Greeny, who lives very locally. She loves seeing things, and she said she wanted to see more. So, Donna Jean, I ran back into you again the other day in Market Basket Supermarket in Epping. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for stopping and carrying out and telling your friends. I'm Mr. B, politicking with Mr. B, along with Blazeman, the engineer, the fellow who's the man behind the curtain that we need to pay attention to. And I'll be seeing you all again soon, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.